Large one?
Large one.
How'd you lose it?
I can't say. I can't make any comments.
What about all the kids? What are you going to do for them?
We're having meetings today to see what, we'll have a comment later. I can't make any comments.
It turns out the Casillas brothers are on federal probation for convictions in January 1984. Tony and Leo, their sister, and another man pleaded guilty to embezzling and otherwise taking $440,000 from 2 local banks. The 4 were given 5 years federal probation in order to pay back the bank's $440,000 at $5,000 a month within 5 years. They are now in their 5th year. The Casillas brothers' business phones went unanswered all day long. The principal of Lewis Junior High, whose kids pay the agency $17,000, talked with the Casillas but didn't learn much.
Oh, I have no idea what is happening here. The only thing they told me was that the trip has been canceled, definitely.
This man filed a small claims judgment against the brothers last week.
Friday the 29th, they responded and said, "Come pick up your tickets. We're not going to recognize the action you asked for."
Leo Casillas is a teacher at Mira Mesa High School. Neither the principal there nor the city school superintendent knew he was on federal probation. Doug McAllister, News 8, Mission Valley.
It's becoming obvious that this story won't simply end when a group of East County Junior High School students comes home. Neither will the investigation of the Casillas brothers and East-West travel. News 8 learned today that the names of the Casillas brothers have turned up in ongoing investigations by federal and local authorities. Those investigations also involve the Battaglia family. Some members of that family have been indicted on several charges in connection with their alleged operation of a major methamphetamine ring. And we have also learned that the Battaglias loaned the Casillas brothers a considerable amount of money to help run East-West travel.
Now the students, a helping hand today for the 185 teenagers left stranded without food or lodging in Washington. Although far away, they are getting plenty of support close to home, as we find out from Marc Brown in the Channel 8 newsroom. Marc?
Well, Greg, the whole thing has been a bittersweet lesson for these youngsters. They've learned that you can't always depend on adults, but they have also learned that when disaster strikes, you can sometimes depend on the kindness of strangers.
Hi, Mom. Help us.
Help came today for these Emerald Junior High School students, and not a moment too soon. Last night, 215 students, parents, and teachers learned they were stranded in Washington, D.C. when the company that arranged the week-long East Coast tour ran out of money. Last night's tears gave way to today's relief.
It's scary, but now we find out that it's all okay.
The Cajon Valley Union School District wired them $47,000. The president of the Mission Federal Credit Union wired them $10,000 from his personal account. American Airlines is giving each of them a free trip home. Principal Marge Dean gave parents the good news this morning.
There isn't anything on the itinerary that you have that is not going to be done as scheduled.
They'll be back on time on Saturday. Quite a learning experience, all told.
They're also learning about adults and how adults can be very crooked and misleading.
Valuable lesson?
I think a valuable lesson, one that we don't feel that they should have to learn when they're 13 and 14 years old.
Well, these youngsters will at least be getting their money's worth, but there are students at other local schools whose trips were canceled before they'd begun, and there will likely be no helping hand for them. News 8's Liz Purcell is here with that part of the story.
Mark, no money and no trip for the kids left behind. The school district is still counting losses, and the students are angry and hurt. The trip was off. The bad news reached students at Wangenheim Junior High the day before they were supposed to leave on an 8-day adventure to the East Coast.
I was looking forward to the trip since the summer of 6th grade when I found out how fun it was going to be, and they just go off and cancel the day before. I think it really just stinks.
Even if we are kids, it's not fair for them to take advantage of us and our money.
Yesterday, they heard the trip would be rescheduled. There was confusion and hope. Today, they know there will be no trip, and the $885 their parents paid out may not be recovered. First thing this morning, the school district heard from Tony Casillas, the travel agent.
Mr. Casillas informed me that due to a cash flow problem, the field trips would have to be canceled, and would I please inform the sites? And I have done that.
The 4 San Diego schools are Wangenheim, Lewis, O'Farrell, and Bell. 2 high schools have also lost out on trips. Seniors planning getaways to Puerto Vallarta are out of luck and money, $250.
It makes me feel bad because the money was for my graduation, It was a graduation present from my father.
This senior canceled his trip weeks ago and finally got a check from the travel agency.
We deposited it in the bank, but the cash hasn't showed up yet, so we don't know if it's bounced or not. We haven't had any notice from the bank yet.
The trip was not school-sponsored, but it was arranged by Leo Casillas, a Spanish teacher who happens to be Tony's brother. Casillas, a popular teacher at Mira Mesa High School, was ordered not to do business here on campus because arranging tours for students was considered conflict of interest. Was he promoting the trip among students?
Yeah, he was.
On campus?
Yeah. I can't lie to you about that.
It was just, he approached me in the classroom, yeah, to do it.
Casillas was not at school today. At Wangenheim Junior High tonight, parents will meet with the school district at 7 o'clock. Bring your questions. I'm Liz Purcell in the Channel 8 newsroom.
An important point to clear up tonight regarding another travel agency. We found out there is a Kearney Mesa company called East West Travel and Tours. And ever since the problems began yesterday with East West Travel in Mission Valley, the phones in Kearney Mesa have been ringing off the hook, although there's no relation. Confused parents apparently did not realize they had the wrong company, and employees there tell us they're concerned the name mix-up will hurt business